Alright, let's learn how we can grow and shrink like Ant-Man. Alright, so what I've done is I've just gone into itch and I just found myself a free sprite here. This is a little samurai guy. It's a character body 2D. It's got a sprite 2D, of course, to show him on the screen. And he's got a collision shape so that he can collide as a character. We're going to be adjusting the collision with the size so that we can keep that accuracy. We're going to be scaling the sprite itself rather than the character body 2D, because if you scale that, you could run into physics related problems. From what I understand, I've never had any weird issues, but I don't want to be the reason why you have some weird issues that may appear in your project. So we're going to do the recommended, and we're going to play with the sprite and collision shape itself rather than a character body or a physics body of some sort. And the one I selected here is a sprite sheet, so I just went ahead and set the animation. It's got 10 horizontal, 1 vertical. And the only thing that's on the script allows him to play that idle animation. Now, I don't have an animation player, so I just went ahead and created that in code. If you're curious how that looks, there's going to be a frame timer and frame delay, and it's just right there. Frame timer plus equals delta. If frame timer greater than or equal to frame delay, timer gets reset, and the frame advances by 1 within a range of 10, which will give us our frames 0 through 9. All right, so I just have that there so that we could see this with an animated sprite rather than something that's static. And I just didn't want to go through setting up an animation player. But let's go ahead and jump in. And as you see, for some variables here, I'm going to have one for the capsule, my base height, base radius, my target scale, my base scale, my scaling speed, and we can ignore the frame timer and frame delay because it's irrelevant to the actual information here. All right. So once you go ahead and have your couple variables here set up, now for the speed scale in the intro there, you saw it as 0.01, or it might have been 0.1, either way. That speed scale is going to be completely up to you, and that's going to control how fast he shrinks and grows. All right, so inside of our ready function, we're going to go ahead and set a few things up. We're going to set our capsule. So our capsule variable is going to be equal to our collision shape 2D, and we're going to get the shape, so dot shape, and we're going to make sure that's been cast as a capsule shape 2D, because I'm using a capsule shape. If you're using a rectangle shape, then you're going to have to do a rectangle or box shape, whatever it's called for that one. Same thing if you're doing circles. But I'm just using a capsule because a capsule is what you should be using on a player anyway. All right, so we're also going to need to set the base height, which is going to be the capsule dot height, and same with the radius. So our base radius is going to be capsule dot radius. All right, so for that function, we're actually done with setting that up. So first, we're going to get it up and running, and then we're going to make changes to make it have a smooth animation change to it. So what we're going to do is we're first going to have some checks. So we're going to say if our sprite2d dot scale. Oh, my mistake. Before I jump into that, we're going to use input. Now you could of course put this inside of your event or input events if you wanted to put it there instead of process this. Again, I'm just showing you. It's up to you where you put it. But if input is action just pressed, and for me, I'm just going to use UI accept for this. And now we can go ahead and we'll do our check. So we'll say if sprite2d dot scale is equal to a vector 2 of base scale. So if we're normal size, then we're going to enlarge ourselves. So in order to set that immediately, we can go ahead and grab our sprite.scale equals a vector 2 of our target scale, comma, target scale. Now in my case, I'm enlarging up to 8 times my size. So this is going to be a vector 2 of 8, 8. All right. So to start with, let's take a look at that. And if I hit my enter key, okay, I enlarge, my position is off, the capsule didn't change, but that's fine because all we changed was the sprite itself, and that seems to be working. All right, fantastic. If I keep hitting it, nothing happens because we're already at size. All right, so next we can take a look at the capsule. So we would do capsule dot height equals base height times our target scale, and we're going to do that with our radius as well. So capsule dot radius. I don't know why I don't have any autofill going on here. It should, but that's fine. And this is just going to be our base radius times our, again, target scale. All right, so basically just going to be multiplying these by 8. So if we take a look at that now, our capsule should be changing size with us. And it is. That's great. Now you'll notice that our position doesn't change. So where we were standing with our feet before, it is now like inside our belly button. So we want to adjust that so that our sprite and capsule shape is actually bumped up, so that we're still standing in the same place, but just larger. So to do this, we're going to get our sprite2d dot position dot y, and we'll set that equal to our negative capsule dot height. There we go. Divided by 2, and then our collision shape 2D itself, we're going to change its position to just be equal to our sprite position. Whoops. Sprite2d dot position. So if we do that, we should now see that instead of being in our stomach, we should remain at the same ground point. Right. So right here, and I can go ahead and leave my mouse there when we enlarge. Here we go. So we can see we're enlarging and we're not really jumping too far. Right. We're still in the same area. We're just bigger. Now, for shrinking, we can do almost the same thing. So I'm going to copy that, and we'll just go down, and I'll paste, and we'll change this if to an else if. And instead of base scale, we're going to check if the scale is equal to our target scale. And we're going to set our scale to our base scale now. So we're inverting, right? Base and target. So again, base scale, base scale. When it comes to our height, capsule height divided by 2 still. And setting our position. So if we just do that, just make that small change, we should be able to jump back and forth between large and small now. There we go. Now, obviously, that is snappy because we don't have any kind of transition. It's just instant. So if you like that, then I guess that's it. You're good to go. You can move on. However, if you wanted to do, let's say, have that smoother transition like you saw in the beginning, then we're going to have to make some changes. So I'm going to go ahead and comment that section out. What we will be keeping, though, is going to be our if checks. So I'll just copy that. And just put a pass in there. And our else if. Those are the only things that we're keeping for this situation. So what's different? Well, you can animate this however you want. Myself, if you've been around the channel, you know I like tweens, so I'm going to be using a tween. So right here at the top, I'm going to create a new variable here. I'll just call it tween t. And we'll do create tween, and we're going to set parallel. Whoops, that is not my down arrow. There we go, set parallel, and set it to true. All right. So, I'll put that down one line. There we go. So it's inside. So whenever I hit my accept button, we'll create our tween, and we'll start with getting bigger. All right. So what we're going to do is we're going to do t.tween property, and what we're going to be tweening is our sprite 2D. Second argument is what we're tweening, which is going to be scale. Next argument is going to be what we're setting, or our goal, right? Our final value. So vector 2 is going to be our target scale, comma, target scale. And last is going to be our scale speed. Right, so if we were to take a look at that now, we can see we have that nice smooth animation when we grow and get larger. Now we need to apply this as well to our capsule. So, same situation. T.tween property. We're going to be doing our capsule. We're going to do the height. Remember this string. And for this, it's going to be our base height times target scale. Remember, it's the same thing that we use down here. And last one, again, our scale speed. And then again, t.tween property, our capsule, our radius, our base radius times our target scale, and scale speed. And we can check that. That should now match up, just like we had before. It does. Fantastic. So now we need to get that position difference. Now this position difference is going to be a bit different in terms of the math here. But what we're going to do is our t.tween property. This is going to be our sprite 2D. What we're going to change is the position. The final value here is going to be vector 2 sprite 2D.x, right? Because we don't want to change that. Or, sorry, sprite 2D.position.x, because we want that to remain the same. And for the y, we're going to do negative base height times base scale divided by 2. All right, and of course, the last argument is our scale speed. Now we're going to have a similar setup here. So I'll just copy that line. Only this time we're going to be doing our collision shape itself instead of a sprite. Still doing position. It's still going to be sprite 2D.position.x for our vector 2, and negative base height times base scale divided by 2, and then pass in the scale speed. So if we check that now, we should now have the same grow that we had before, just a lot smoother. Well, we can see that we didn't actually change position. Now, why is that? Why didn't we move? I see. I got a little ahead of myself. It's negative base height is fine. We want times target scale divided by 2. There we go. And that'll fix it. There we go. So now we can grow all the way up there. And for the most part, you can copy all of this into our shrink. So we just go all the way up to just all of our tweens. Copy that down into our else if. And what are the changes we're going to be making here? Well, right at the top, we're going to be doing base scale, right? Instead of target scale when we set our sprite scale. Next up, we have our capsule height, and that's going to be multiplied our base scale. So we're just changing target scale to base scale for all of these. And if we were to take a look at that now, we should be able to grow and shrink. So now we have it nice and smooth. We can grow up to whatever scale we want, right? In this case, 8 times. And we can shrink down back to normal. Now, if you want to have a shrinking ability instead, of course, your target scale, you just have to shrink that. For example, let's go 0.5. We'll shrink ourselves by half our size instead of growing. There you go. So you can see we shrink down and we grow back up to normal. Now, I didn't add that in because, as you can see, that's probably pretty difficult for you guys to see, especially if you're on mobile devices. Which is why I just purely stuck with the growing factor to it. Yeah, I'd have to restart for that. There we go. But there you go. So now you have the snapping that you could go with, or it's just instant, or you could have this growth. Now remember, you can come in here anytime and change the speed scale to whatever you want. So if you want to have it 3 seconds to go through your growing and shrinking phase, you could do that. So if you want to have maybe some kind of epic thing, maybe we go Power Ranger style, right? And you got like Gold Arc just slowly enlarging over time. We could do something like that, right? So with that, you'd have something that takes takes more time. However, something like Ant-Man, probably going to be more instant. Admittedly, I never cared about it. So never see. I know he grows and shrinks, but I imagine it would be something closer to this as far as speed to grow and shrink. But anyways, before I ramble on, there you go. There's your growing and shrinking, both with a snapping, where we just set it, and one with a nice, smooth transition between the two. All right, that's it for this one. Take care. Have yourselves a good one, and I'll see you guys next time.